You're beautiful, it's true. That was the song by James Blunt, of course. But what is it about intelligent people and what are their struggles and difficulties? Believe it or not, from Cara's Asthma, in the research, it says that more beautiful people are the more intelligent people. But in truth, if you're highly intelligent or if you know somebody that really is highly intelligent, they can be socially isolated. In order to have that level of intelligence, a person can have difficulty finding peers that are on their same wavelength. Now, okay, we hear of the likes of the IQ test, and a person might have a very high IQ. But if you're into one particular topic and another person who has a high IQ has an interest in a totally different realm, well, that's not going to meet your fancy. What you need to do is people that mix together, that rhyme together. That's where the peership as such, this is where the social isolation is going to be taken away. This is why we have band camp. This is why we have geek camp. This is why we have all these different areas for highly intelligent people to go. Highly intelligent people often find it challenging, you see, to connect with others, to share their level of intellectual interests. This leads to, guess what? Loneliness. Also, they can be misunderstood. Colleagues around them or peers might not understand their specific take on this thing with regard to, say, robotics. If you're into the neurology of something, it's a totally different thing, unless you do a project where the two link in together, such as tapping into the spinal area, how a paralyzed person can walk with a robotic frame or something like that. Highly intelligent people often have high expectations, and therefore there's a pressure on them within their realm. And especially if you think about it, since the internet began, because if you're into something way off in one field, such as robotics, you might be in a smaller country, you might be in a smaller pocket within a bigger country where not many people are into robotics. In fact, you mightn't even have a university that does robotics near or within a few hours of you. Therefore, you're expected to conform and to groupthink and to communicate with those that are interested in robotics internationally now. The internet allows us to connect. We have video, we can go on WhatsApp, we can go on all these different apps. And with that, the communication and the deliverance and pressure of deliverance of, say, for example, academic papers is immense. Once one is out there, trust me, I've been there, it's time for another one. In fact, you're cooking up 2 or 3 at a time to get them out there, to keep it churning out. This is making sure that you're intellectually putting things out there. Not that I'm highly intelligent, far from it. There's also an internal pressure within yourself saying, look, I have a very good grasp on this. When I was 3, 4, 5 years of age, I was excellent with my fingers and hands, and also I understood cognitively about the basics of robotics, where the wires and cables went, when others were like, whoa, what the hell is going on there? I just like my Lego, I like to kick a football. Then when I was 7, 8 years of age, I attained first prize in something. When I was 15, 16, I was known as the guy who could not only do robotics, but all the other subjects that was required. I did maths, I helped people out, I tutored them and so on. This is how I became popular. This is how I got on with the ordinary people, the ordinary folk around me. And so you're expected to achieve when you go to third level, when you go into adulthood. This is an internal pressure you can put on yourself, but there's also an external pressure. Think of your family. If you are indeed the black sheep of the family, where you have that level of intelligence, you can be socially isolated because of it. If you cannot do all the things around you to help with your intelligence level, even coming down to the intelligence level of others by helping them and giving your advice and giving all the things that you're good at, well, then there could be a disconnect with communication. Now, others may place higher expectations on you too, and they may strive for excellence, even if you feel, look, I just want to be ordinary. I want to fit in here with the local people. I want to make sure that it's just me doing it. And look, there's no need for me to kind of go higher or go away from this little city here, or this little town where I'm living in, rather than going to a big university, a Yale or Harvard or so on. Then there's perfectionism. If you get caught up in it all, if you know and feel and believe that you have that intelligence, if it's proven, if you've got your gold medals and so on, therefore you need to try and strive to be a perfect builder or creator of the robotic frame. I mean, look at technology right now. It moves at such a pace. So anything with a plug in it, any STEM intelligence that you have that allows you to develop a better app, something that goes bigger, faster, stronger, more efficiently. You use your intelligence for that and you strive, and that's where perfectionism can actually hit you on the head. You can have a fear of failure. With that fear of failure, it means that even though you're taking steps forward, you're being pulled back, be it internally with your own locus of control or lack of, and other factors of your life can effectively be affected in that way too. I mean, socially, when you're growing up, in the first place, you mightn't have the peers that understand you, that understand your intelligence and therefore your feelings towards yourself and towards others. You could be disconnected, not have the ordinary, routine, mundane achievement levels, such as going to a prom, such as going to a wedding, being a groomsman, and so on and so forth, because you're not really in the zone with people. And therefore, when it comes to the pressure on you, that perfectionism and fear of failure then overcomes in you as a person, are essentially just an emotional being too. It can lead to you being overcritical of yourself, where you start questioning yourself. So even though that higher intellect, you can get to the answers A, B, C straight away, as quick as a calculator, you can be pulled back by the fact that you might deliver the answers. Why? Because you know that the delivery of the answers straight away comes, congratulations, you're so intelligent, and an expectancy for you to do greater problems because you're the intelligent one. If you're the only one in the room, people are going to look towards you. If you're the only one in a smaller community, and if we look at, say, for example, the internet again, we'll pull it back to the other example where there is no electricity, and this is a reality of the future. So if in case that is, it goes back to the old-fashioned, you're the big nacho here. You're the one that has all of the answers. Therefore, the pressure is on you. So you could be overcritical of yourself, and you might lose a sense of achievement and belief maybe in your own work, or you may be constantly feeling that nothing that you do is ever good enough because you have a bar within your own mind. Then you might be prone to overthinking. How much is too much? If you cannot quantify it in your own mind, it can cripple you at the first hurdle. Therefore, your creativity, your innovation, the people that are outside, perhaps maybe people that are putting money into you, into your brain power, is being stifled by other things going on in life. Your disconnection or your social immaturity with others or peers, or you've come to a certain time or period in life where you're in your mid-20s, 30s, other people are getting engaged, getting married, and you've no development done in the romantic scene because you've been spending all that brain power in a room, a darkened room, literally under light, and just concentrating on lab work or whatever else. This is where your intelligence can take you if indeed you want to surpass your expectations and others' expectations for you in an ambitious mold of things. These are the things, the struggles of the highly intelligent. I hope you can help somebody someday with this, knowing this. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, well, thank you. Please go ahead, watch more.